All right, these are liners. You just touch the line, run back to the other line, go to the next line, run back, okay? You can mark these off in your yard by using your body length, or on your driveway, on your sidewalk, using sidewalk chalk. Just be careful not to slip or fall. This is great cardio and good for the legs. And they're gonna go all the way down, and they're on that last line now, total of 6 lines, and then they'll start lining back. So they'll go to the 5th line, and then the 4th line, and the 3rd line, and so on. A set of liners would be followed by 5 burpees, which is really nice push-up with our tummy in and touching our chest. And we do a couple sets of that depending on your level. So these are planks. We're squeezing our ears. We're pushing up through our hips. We're trying to create a nice, tight, straight line. Arms are pressed against the floor. Okay, girls, go ahead and push, hold up the left leg. Right. And once again, you're gonna keep pressed flat, booty flat, and I'll give you a time to hold each one of these. You're not gonna pick it up real high, but you're gonna hold that flat position. These are our plank kicks. We're gonna get up in a nice flat plank again. We're gonna kick with our right leg. We'll do 5 each for demonstration. Ready, and 1, 2, big kicks. 3, there you go, 4, 5, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is holding a side plank position. You wanna stack the feet on top of one another and point the toes. So this is a very advanced version here. Then Madeline as at the next step down version. And then you have Zoe at the beginner version. Okay, now you wanna hold this hips flat and hold your leg up. You don't pick it up really high. This is the advanced version. You wanna keep a really tight lower stomach and really keep that flat position. Move on to the kicks, which starts with just a good hold, making sure your hips are flat. And now we're all gonna kick. 1, 2, you should have different versions here. 3, 4. Okay, so plank position. We've got hands here, flatten your booty just a little bit, P. There you go. We've got elbows. Now lift up your right leg just a little bit off the ground. Keep the flat hips. And that is your next hold. Legs. And hold on the other leg. Keeping really flat hips. You don't want to pull up in your booty area. You want to try to keep your hips flat throughout this. And we're going to kick. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really keep a tight knee when you do this and flat hips. Okay, and this is overstretching. If you cannot do this, then do the regular split on the floor. But you can see their hands are back to the side where their hips are. Back knees under. And the shoulders are pulled. This is with back. The back knee up. You want to make sure that the knee is all the way up on the elevated surface, not just the foot, because otherwise the knee would bend and it would not work. You want to working on pushing your hip down and squaring that up. Hands are either back at the hips or back at the mat, and chest our hyperextended middle split. Now you may not be ready for this, and you can just do regular splits on the floor. And you can support yourself up on your elbows and try to roll your knees towards the ceiling as you're working this middle split. And another thing to do while you're in the middle split is go ahead and flex and point your toes 10 times, girls. And that'll just help you slowly work it down. And you're gonna wanna work this with each leg up in the middle. Bridges, you're gonna work putting your hands on the line and trying to get those armpits past the line. Okay, so you want to work more open in your shoulders than you want to in your lower back. And keeping, go ahead and put your heels down, Pete. You can keep your heels down and you don't have to fully push your knees straight. Just as long as you're working that open with your shoulders is what you ultimately want to be working when you stretch your bridge. Another way to work this and working on those armpits open and that head down and really working that shoulder flexibility without engaging the lower back is just grabbing onto a surface, a bar or beam, a cabinet, whatever, and just working, pushing the shoulders open and down, and that way you're really just focusing and isolating those shoulder flexibility. To stretch those shoulders, just a different angle for the shoulders is grab the beam or grab the surface and just sit into it and give those shoulders
a stretch. These are wrist stretches. You turn your wrist under and you try to straighten your arms and pull back. And once again, this is also a great stretch for that forearm, especially after that bar conditioning. And then we also we stretch our wrist by pulling back on each finger. Go down your fingers. Each finger that you pull back just stretches something a little bit different. And that's another way to try to keep those wrists ready to get back to all those handsprings and handstands. So ankle stretch, just rock back on those toes, really push the instep or the front of that ankle forward, and do not let the heels come apart when you do this. You want to keep the heels together as much as possible, and then you can drop one knee down and just do this one ankle at a time and isolate each ankle. And of course, this is just runner stretch. Stretch the calf out, leg, and you drop into that heel and then slightly bend that knee, which stretches a whole different part of that calf muscle. Gets more of the soleus in there.